Taking what you have and what you can find, perhaps in your own backyard, and adding a little glimmer to it. That's all it takes. Not a lot of money to make your table. Look at this, a showstopper for the holidays. This is Nicole Campbell. She joins us again. She's from Pedal Pusher. You've probably been very busy for the holidays already.
What's going on right now? Absolutely.
But I called her up and I said, I just found the most beautiful dogwood branches. Am I right? Is that right? They're called
red twig dogwood.
Red twig dogwood at the waste place, the yard waste dump site. I was taking my my yard waste there, and it was these beautiful red branches. So I gathered them up, brought them home, but I don't know what to do with them. So that's why I called Nicole. And you have some great ideas because you do this all the time.
Yeah, we do. I mean, obviously, this is what we do every day, but it's really, it's a fun challenge for us when we want to use, you know, maybe elements you already have, recycle them into a new way, give things a fresh spin, because in this economy, not everybody wants to go out and start from scratch. So sometimes it's just taking what you have and reinventing it.
And I think you mentioned on the phone that you have friends who said, oh, I got my yard all cleaned up, dug everything out, and threw it away. And you're like, don't do that. Use some of this stuff. And I know we showed this last hour, but just to give people an idea of what they can use in their own yards to create a nice piece.
This is the same piece that we showed in the last segment, and as we said in the last segment, it can be beautiful just laid across the table. So I wanted to show everybody how versatile that is. And this, I added these little pumpkins onto it, so let me just slide these off. But this is just one piece that I've just bound together with some wire in places. Okay. Really simple. I mean, you can have the kids help you, have them go out and cut some of these grasses and that sort of thing.
Have them do the work.
Pretty much, yeah. You might need to assist in the assembly, but they can definitely help with the harvesting, and I think they'll think it's pretty cool to be involved in the whole experience.
A lot of the grasses that you might have growing in your backyard, use them for your decorations. I like what you've done here. Can you explain what you did here?
Yeah, this is a product that you're probably all familiar with, but maybe have forgotten about.
Okay.
And it is this little frost spray that you can buy at the craft store. You usually see it used on windows, which is a wonderful application for it. Okay. However, a little harder to clean up because you have to sit and Windex those windows over and over again to get the residue off. I love it on glass vases that you probably already have. Take
your hurricanes,
your hurricanes or your cylinders. Just make sure your glass is clean, spray it down. It takes a little while for the frost pattern to appear, but it's a great look that transitions us from fall into this kind of early winter. We're having frost, we're talking about flurries and snowflakes, so it's a beautiful look to utilize for Thanksgiving.
It costs a couple of dollars to get that can.
$2.99.
And then you could take the orange out after Thanksgiving and put some evergreens
Absolutely.
in there?
Evergreens, a stack of ornaments in there to give some color to it. In some of the lower options, cranberries can be beautiful, so you see that shimmer of red underneath this frosted pattern. And one bottle goes a long way. You'll have this for a few years easily.
And you'll notice that she took the pumpkins that you have laying out on your porch still, and don't just throw them away. If they're still good and they haven't rotted yet, you added just a dusting of glitter.
Just a dusting of glitter. Unfortunately, the frost spray doesn't work well on the pumpkin, so we've got to use the glitter for that. But between those two basic items you pick up at the craft store, I mean, less than $10 investment. You can get a very different look out of items you probably already own.
Do you want to share your secret glitter?
My secret glitter, I was telling Rachel when we were in between segments here, my favorite glitter, it's actually called Polyflake. I'm kind of a glitter connoisseur of sorts. And it's just this, it's a very, very fine glitter, so I will warn you, it can kind of get everywhere if you're not careful with it. But it's available at Hobby Lobby, a little plug for them there. And it just gives a subtle shimmer to everything without adding a lot of color, which I think is what's great about it. It keeps things looking natural, but just frosted.
So then it's not just a pile of glitter, you've just added a little glimmer.
Exactly. And when you have lower lights and candlelight, it can be really effective.
I'm being attacked by the
red twigs coming to get you.
Coming to get me. Well, this is some great ideas, so you can really glam up your table without spending a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I also think is wonderful about these ideas, you know, with the hurricane and the cylinder, if you have a lot of food on your table, as so many of us do for the Thanksgiving holiday, these are contained looks. Obviously, the swag is not as much, but something like this, you don't have to worry about leaves falling into buffet pieces and serving dishes and things like that.
Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
To you as well.
Thanks for helping us be thrifty, and we'll be right back. You're watching Good Day, Wisconsin.